What is going on, everybody? Anon here, and it's been a whirlwind of a week. Let me tell you. Before we get into it on this week's distribution update, and again, there's a million things to talk about. I'm sure I'm going to forget at least half of them, but we've been really busy working on a little bit of a deal with an indie TCG. It's been around for a couple of years now. They have a Kickstarter that's live now. We'll do a big reveal tomorrow. But it's partially helping with fulfillment, partially helping with marketing. We're not receiving any compensation for it. Now, obviously, if we do fulfillment, we will. But they've introduced the concept of a non-TCG one-of-one chase card, which I thought was absolutely fucking fantastic. So anyway, stay tuned for that. I don't think there's anybody other than Rudy that's done that before. So I think it's kind of a cool idea. So anyway, moving on. Distribution this week. Holy shnikes. There is so much going on. So where do we want to start? Dragon Ball Super. Let's just start at the top of the list. Go top to bottom. Looks like FB 10 is the next set to come out. Yeah, it's off the list here. I have not seen any allocations of that as of yet. This is going to be the last set, probably before everybody and their brother piled in. So there should... I'm guessing the allocations are still going to be fairly healthy on this one. But going forward, all bets are off. And then Masters, yeah, we're a little bit out on that one still as well. Moving on, let's see. Is there anything with Final Fantasy? No, really nothing there. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't see, we ran our TCG player sale. Was very, very successful. So we sold Chaos Rising ETBs, Chaos Rising booster bundles, Mega Zygarde boxes, which I didn't think were going to sell, and that was the first thing that sold out, which was super, super interesting. We sold Ascended Heroes ETBs, something that I had stockpiled a while ago. Really an aftermarket buy, if you will. And then we sold Lord of the Rings Commander displays, Ixalan Commander displays, Tarkir Commander displays, all things that we had from distribution that we've just been sitting on. And space is starting to become a little bit of an issue. But thank you to all you guys who order there, and hopefully you guys are thrilled with your price plus your 8 to 13%, whatever it is, store credit. We have, I think, a little bit over 900 orders, 1,000 orders, something like that. We have about 180 left. I anticipate having everything shipped by tomorrow, by the time UPS gets there. But anyway, just a quick update there. So talking about the TCG player sale, Flesh and Blood, Omens of the Third Age, sold like 3 boxes. And it was really, really weird. I don't know what's going on with this set. I think we sold 3 cases into Discord. We sold out everything now. To be fair, with Compendium, we only sold, I think, 20 cases because that's all we had to sell, other than some singles that I wanted to test out. So it seems like things are really, really screeching to or coming to a screeching halt here, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, they have done it to themselves, but we'll see what happens once the set comes out. I'm guessing the EV of this is going to be in the dumpster again, just because players don't want to pay for singles and stores don't want to buy. So the stores that got stuck with it, they're going to dump things as quickly as they can. So it is what it is. Godzilla, Rudy keeps talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. Set number 1, the boxes are $185 and they're selling. Set number 2, the boxes are pushing $85 and they're selling. Set 3, $60, $65, and set 4 probably has the lowest print run of any of them. I don't know if it's EIP. I don't know what it is. People keep buying it. It's very, very fascinating to me, because if Toho did anything as opposed to the nothing they're doing to market this game, these boxes would go through the absolute roof. But hey, that a quarter. Moving on to Gundam. EB01 allocations are out, and they are pathetically terrible. It looks like, and I think I mentioned this last Sunday, looks like they're sitting right around 20 to 25% of the supply of a normal set. Most stores I know are getting 2 cases. Who registered for pre-release. The starter decks, a little bit better success there. But yeah, EB01, the extra booster here coming. I think it's the second or third week of June. Yeah, it's right here. This is 26th of June. There's not going to be anything out there. If you want to buy it, I would buy it. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, set number 3, Steel Requiem, has now sold over 6,200 boxes, I believe, including cases on TCG Player. Phantom Aria has sold over 5,500 boxes. The set hasn't been out for a month yet. The second wave just landed a little bit ago. The amount of demand for the product is increasing relatively rapidly, and nobody's talking about it because when you look at the sets at release, you still have the broke-ass Timmy store selling boxes for $110. That is going to come to an end, in my opinion, with EB01 coming out, with there being no supply. And then GD05 or BP05, whatever the hell they want to call it. I don't know why they changed it. One's booster pack, one's GD for Gundam. This is the first anniversary set. As we know with One Piece, those sets are an absolute home run. So we'll see what's going on there. HoloLive, I don't normally cover this one, but I do want to talk about the summer hologram booster display boxes. As I said last week, this is all you need to know. It's going to sell. The boxes are cheap. They're easy to get. You've been warned. Lorcana, we're going to talk about this one. Wilds Unknown boxes shot up over $150 in the TCG Player sale. Looks like Whispers in the Well and Winter Spell also had a pretty hefty amount of supply, or I should say of demand, of sell-through. I'm not going to call it yet, but it does look like we are in the world where I'm not sure Lorcana has actually adjusted their print runs, but it does look like the demand for this product post-Fable has increased enough to where we've crossed over this inflection point where the boxes do seem to be profitable. So that being said, we shall see. One Piece, really not much to see here. OP16 allocations are out. Not that much different than OP15. I think the pre-release is coming out in the next couple weeks. Nothing on OP17 yet. It's going to be super interesting to see what happens there. It does feel like the Southern and PhD coming in as distributors aren't going to be nearly the impact on overall volume as everybody initially thought. The main reason, again, this is just my opinion. I have no facts. The stores that actually wanted to carry One Piece, they would have been long set up with GTS or Alliance/Universal. So, the conversion numbers, I assume it's been difficult to get folks to sign up for Bandai Plus. Their website is a complete clunky. You can insert any adjective you want. The website sucks, and it's a nightmare to sign up for. But it's kind of like a mode, right? Yeah, if you want to spend enough time to get through, you have the privilege of getting 6 boxes of One Piece, your first allocation. So good luck with that. So that's it there. My Little Pony boxes continue to sell. I don't care what anybody says. The boxes for set number 1 continue to sell. Products drying up on eBay, pretty much everywhere else. I don't know a single distributor. I don't know a single LGS that bought this that isn't sold out. There is a second wave coming in the next couple weeks, but it's like 5%, 10% of the first wave. It's very, very small compared. And part of the reason for that is the order window for the reprint was before the first print landed, so nobody had any idea how it was going to perform. I love how it works that way. Speaking of, Caillou announced a collaboration with Panini for FIFA Soccer. I'm guessing it's probably going to be on the Panini side. I thought that was super, super interesting. In addition, the K-pop Demon Hunter stuff does look like it's going to come in early July. There is a very, very broad window as of now, but it does look like that's going to be hitting at that point in time, and it's going to be an absolute banger, home run product. Everybody's going to want it. Everybody's going to love it. I also found out that when these guys were originally talking about, they have the Naruto collectible cards as well as the Tokidoki. I don't know anything about it. I'm more interested in Naruto. Initially, they had talked about how they were going to do Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, but it does look like these print runs are going to be one and done. So the Naruto Gen 3 set that's currently selling for $50 to $60 with serialized cards, you will, unless they change something, not be able to find those anytime after they're gone. So it does look like these guys are really leaning into the collectible aspect of this, but we'll see. So speaking of guys who are not leaning into the collectible aspect, let's talk about UVS and Riftbound League of Legends. So I've done 2 videos in the last week, really the only 2 videos since last Sunday. I really just laid into these guys. I think they see dollar signs. Quite honestly, I don't think they know what they're doing at this point. Now, look, you can dump a ton of product, you can smash the price, and let the market breathe, let things churn. The sets, the product recovers, because there's certainly player demand. That's not an issue. This isn't Star Wars Unlimited, at least quite yet. But the problem that they ran into this past week was they had a raffle for retail price for Origins, for Spirit Forge, and for Unleashed. That's the third set. And pretty much everybody who had won Spirit Forge and Unleashed were trying to cancel their orders because the market price was less than what they sold them for. That is a fuck up of epic proportions. These guys should be embarrassed, quite honestly, for that. That, in my opinion, is far more embarrassing than Star Wars Unlimited not selling at $30-some a box on TCG Player. They should be embarrassed, and they should look in the mirror and say, okay, we got to get our fucking shit together. Because, again, there is another reprint on the water of Origins. There's more coming. I'm sure there's more Unleashed coming because we haven't gotten a reprint of that. We did just get some more Spirit Force last week. It just keeps... it keeps coming and coming and coming. Like the scene from Grandma's Boy. If you've ever seen that movie, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, sorcery, nothing from these guys. Everybody's really frustrated because they just don't talk to anybody. Looks like they may not be set in 2026, not surprisingly. So, whatever. Union Arena, not a whole lot to talk about here. They did announce this My Hero Academia booster box. Looks like it's a little bit of a shorter window. Is sometime next week. Here's Southern at 6-1. But again, we just got Sakamoto came out. The time I got reincarnated as a slime is the first brick and mortar only. So from here on up, there should be significantly less supply in the market. Theoretically, now again, they could just go brick and mortar only. They could cheat a little bit, sell the backpack stores, but I don't think that's going to be the case for the folks that carry Bandai, because quite honestly, it's too risky. And what they're doing has really helped to solidify the value of the booster boxes. And now there's actually value in buying them. So let's see. Let's go to Weiss, because why not? Nikki Volume 2 orders are all due. This is a weird one. Pretty derby. They're like chicks that are half horses and they break legs and stuff. It's a little weird to me. So really not a whole lot here with Weiss. It's going to be interesting to see once they get to their December set. Is it going to be Brown Dust 2 in English? Is it going to be Freerun Volume 2 in English? It's got to be a banger. I know supposedly there's another Bunko set coming out. I know Rudy talks about them all the time. They don't sell well for me. So, I kind of stay away. In fact, this one right here hasn't really, the value's there, but it hasn't sold through all that well on TCG Player. Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll talk about this very, very quickly. So we have everybody's favorite Magnificent Monsters display, which has all the serialized cards, serialized full art, fancy, schmancy, whatever. The print run on this looks like it's about 50% of a normal set, maybe a little bit less. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Bandai Extra Booster. MSRP on these is, I think, $34.99. They're gonna sell anywhere between $50 and $100 at release. I'm sure everybody and their brother is gonna crowd into the trade and try to buy it. So hopefully, if you've been losing your ass on Yu-Gi-Oh, your distro takes care of you. That would be sweet, sweet revenge for getting bloodied by these guys' bad moves. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on there. Moving on, let's do Magic, and then those of you who wait for Pokemon, you're getting a little bit of a treat, maybe a little bit of a spoiler that you'll hear tomorrow. Marvel, still don't have all of our numbers from Marvel. More importantly, we still don't have all of our regular bundles from Strixhaven. I don't think I've received a single Codex bundle yet from Strixhaven. We are 3 weeks from pre-release for Marvel. It's a fucking shit show. There's nothing else to say other than it's a shit show. I don't know. Draft nights are still available for some reason at distribution at some places. I don't know what's up from down. You know what terrifies me with anything Marvel, you can't pre-sell it until you know the stuff's going to ship. It's just too dangerous at this point because the fact that Wizards just chopped their allocation and just said fuck you to all you stores, all of us stores, I should say, and all of their distributors in favor of big box stores. It was really a big boy scumbag fucking move. So hopefully Chris Cox is happy because he really did fuck over a lot of people that have supported the game for a long time. So that being said, The Hobbit comes out next. Everybody's going to buy it. Not a big deal there. Same with Reality Fracture. Have not heard anything specifically on reprints. I have been expecting the Wilds of Eldrine set boxes and Ixalan set boxes and Phyrexia all will be one set boxes to land here in June. However, with the system glitch and whatever the hell is going on with these guys logistically trying to import stuff, because that's kind of where I've settled on. Yeah, the Strixhaven Commanders do say print in the USA on the box, but there's something holding these up. There's no fucking way it took them from December to May, and they still can't get all of them here, or they've just recently gotten all of them here. I think they're playing some sort of games there, but there's something really funky going on. So that being said, let's move on to some of the fun stuff. Let's move on to Pokemon, which starts with P. So the 30th anniversary spoilers are going to be tomorrow. I believe most of you have heard that they've announced that the packs are going to be 7 cards. There's going to be a Pikachu in every card. Something that I've heard a while ago now. But it looks like they're going to continue, theoretically, continue the tradition of having a shitty promo. In my opinion, they just don't want the demand to be too high. So when you see it's a little horny dinosaur that starts with an N in the name, you're gonna say, what the fuck is that? So, that's that. It does look like they have pivoted away from what they did for 25th anniversary. So for those of you that are around for 25th anniversary, they printed so much of the set. The cards weren't worth anything. Even the Charizard, which now has value, is one in like 276. I mean, those cards weren't worth shit. So we potentially now have a Super Chase that's like 1 in 10,000 packs. So it's like a Super Chase. It's like a God Pack of God Packs. And there's a couple different iterations. You guys have seen the Mew and the Mewtwo from the initial back in Pokemon Day thing. It's kind of a play on that, or so I've been told. But if that's the case, and it really is that hard to get, the packs are going to get ripped like crazy, and it's just going to be absolutely insane. So, other than that, with Pokemon, let's see. Chaos Rising, absolute home run. Boxes are $254. I do have some interesting shipping information here and just some ancillary information. It does look like all of the Chaos Rising Wave 2 stuff is ready to come out, including Wave 2 of the booster boxes. Further clarification in what I'm hearing from Pokemon is they're happy enough with a $250, $255 booster box price. They're going to push the rest of the product out because they are holding a ton of inventory back. That being said, we did get the Ascended Heroes Wave 2 EX boxes. We have not gotten the booster bundles yet. They've been ready. I don't see any reason why they would want to hold those back at this point. And then speaking of holding back, we did get the Wave 2. For some reason, I thought we got these a while ago. Perfect Order ETBs and booster bundles, but maybe I was wrong. I hadn't paid a whole lot of attention to Wave 2 because Wave 1 was kind of like whatever. But my understanding is the booster boxes are going to be mid-summer release. And again, just myself reading the tea leaves, they want to manage the price of the booster boxes. Presumably, they want to increase MSRP, but for whatever reason, they are scared to death, and rightfully so, that if they drop the Wave 2 back-to-back for Wave 1, it would just plummet the booster box price, which is exactly what would happen. So they are managing these waves coming in to manage the price in the open market. Again, just me reading the tea leaves, but that is an extremely educated guess. Mega Moonlit Tins, it looks like Wave 1 and Wave 2 are both in at the same time. I think most distributors are going to ship them together. There's 1 or 2 that are shipping them separately. Lumio City Tins, I believe it's only Wave 1 right now, but I would imagine that these are both going to get shipped at the same time. So for those of you who don't know, these are co-packed by a third party. The packs are sent there. They put everything together. They get them out on time. First partner collections, I haven't heard anything about these as of yet. And obviously we have the allocations. It looks like the total supply is about the same as Series 1. Lucario decks are coming out. It's just going to be a 1 waiver. Mega Greninja. What's interesting is this does look like the supply of this is I don't want to say substantially less than what it was for the Mega Zygarde, but markedly less, like 25% or so lower. Which I think is interesting because it looks like this is going to be Perfect Order and Chaos Rising in here. So I wonder if I wonder if they just cut this one off on purpose. And then obviously, going to Pitch Black. For those of you who haven't paid any attention, the Abyss I set in Japan has really been screwed around with the I can't even talk, with the supply chain over there. I don't do anything with Japanese. Quite honestly, if I can't get it directly from somebody who gets it directly from the factory, that's just a hard pass. But it does look like the Mega Darkrai card is going to be very, very expensive, which is, again, kind of what we all expected. It's always going to be 1 card in each set that are through the roof. And for those of you who need a swift kick of reality, I was looking at this today in Discord and I found this entertaining, was the Meowth chase card in Perfect Order is sitting right around $200 and $210. And the Moonbryon, at the same time when Evolving Skies came out, was right around $220. So, that is not the market saying that the Meowth is the Moonbryon. What it's saying is that the market is so overheated compared to where it was back then, where the Meowth would have been like a $5 card, $10 card. You can kind of see where we're at today, given where we were back then. So there is nothing comparable in any way, shape, or form. So that being said, that's all I have for this week. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and look tomorrow. Super, super interesting and exciting announcement coming from us. So have a good night.